Alright, back on Baseball Max, playing some 79 Pirates. They just came off a couple of tough losses to their rival Phillies, and now they're playing the first game of a series against Houston. They're 6 and 5, currently trailing Philly and Chicago. And here we go with this game. We got Kison against J.R. Richard, so it's not going to get any easier for him having to face J.R. Richard. Let's jump into the game, see what happens. Astros won this one for real, 5-4. Whole slew of pitchers for both sides in that game, and looks like it went 10 innings as well, and Houston walked it off. So we'll see what happens here. Omar Moreno leading off against the tough J.R. Richard. And right off the bat, we get an X and a ground out, 1 out. Bring up Phil Garner. Garner batting .250 with a couple of homers on the season. And he's got himself a base hit. He is a threat to steal. Richard not the best on hold. Let's see if we get a lead early here. See if we can get him into scoring position for Parker. But he's unable to get the lead. Not unusual in Strat, but that's okay. Keep the steals reasonable, and Parker will bat. And he struck him out. Probably see a lot of that from J.R. Richard if he's on today. 2 out for Willie Stargell, hitting .208 with a couple of homers. And he strikes out. 2 for Richard. And we go to the bottom of the first. Bruce Kison comes in with a very respectable 1.39 ERA. Terry Poole will lead it off, batting .300 with a couple of homers. 4-5 and a fly to left. When I was a kid, I liked the Astros a little bit. Watched them a little bit in the National League. Craig Reynolds will bat. He's hitting .333. No homers. And he's going to fly out. That's going to go to Parker. 2 out. Bring up Cesar Cedeno. Good player. .333. No homers to start the season. And that is just going to be a pop out. So good inning for Kison. We go to the second. Scoreless. John Milner, .286, 3 home runs. And a walk. He's on. Not a huge threat to run. Not impossible, but not a huge threat. Ed Ott will bat. We'll let Ed Ott swing here, hitting .346. Nikosha's been playing against some lefties the last few days. And he strikes out. That's 3 for Richard. And with 1 out, it'll be Rennie Stennett, batting .297. And as an X, second base, force play. Art Howe to Reynolds. 2 out runner on first for Foley. And he flies out to Terry Poole. We're going to go bottom 2. Kison will face Jose Cruz, .320 and a homer. And that's going to be a grounder right back to Kison, 1 out. Enos Cabell hitting .354 with a homer. And that's a base hit. He's a threat to run. Kison looks like a -1 on his hold. Bob Watson, good hitter, is up. Runner on first, 1 out. He's hitting .128 here with a homer. And the hit and run is on. And there is a hit and run chart, and a batter grounds out, runner advances. So got a runner on second, 2 out. I got to get back to rolling some Strat. I haven't rolled a game of Strat in a while. Art Howe will bat, runner on second, 2 out. He's batting .200. We're going to pitch to him. Let's try and get him out here. And a 1-5 is a grounder to third. So we're going to go to the third. Astros strand a runner in scoring position. Bruce Kison will lead it off against J.R. Richard. And there's a ground ball to Reynolds at short, 1 out. So pitcher's duel right here, a little bit different than the actual game where there was a lot of hits and runs scored. Omar Moreno will bat. He's hitting 263. He can run if he gets on, and he will get on. He has a shot to get to second with a double on a 1-3, but it's a 9, so he's on. And he will be running with 1 out, or at least will be trying to get a lead off J.R. Richard with 1 out, who's not the best at holding runners on. 90% if he can get the lead. And he does get the lead. See if they throw. He does make the throw. Only 19 and 20 throws him out. And an 11 will give Moreno a stolen base. So now the Pirates have a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Phil Garner. But a 3-7 is a strikeout. I believe that's number 4 for Richard. And with 2 out, it's going to be up to Dave Parker. Parker's 302 average and 2 homers coming in here. And that is just going to be a ground at a first. So now the Pirates strand a runner on second. We go to the bottom of the third, and Alan Ashby will lead it off, hitting 189 with no home runs. And a 2-3 is a pop-up to second. Stennett gets that one. And J.R. Richard will take his swings, coming in here batting 111. Not hopeless. He's got some hits on his card, and that's a fly to center. So 2 out for Terry Poole, who's 0 for 1. 2-8, and that's a base hit for Poole with 2 out. He can run. So we'll see if they get frisky on the bases with Reynolds 0 for 1 coming up. And he's going to try it. And he's out. Just a straight out caught stealing. So must have been the auto caught stealing on his card. And we go to the 4th with Stargell leading it off. And there's a 5-2 fly to right. 1 out. Pitcher's duel continues. Some cars going crazy outside. I think there was just an accident not too far from my house. I heard a bang. Here's John Milner. And Milner with a base hit. So a 1 out single for John Milner. And that'll bring up Ed Ott, who is 0 for 1. And he strikes out. My count's 5. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's 5 for Richard. And there's 2 out with a runner on first for Stennett, who's 0 for 1. And he's going to be 0 for 2 on a fly to left. So we're going bottom 4 scoreless. Good ball game. I prefer these pitchers' duels. And this is a good one. We got Reynolds leading it off against Kison. And he's going to be out. That's a ground out to Foley. Over to Stargell, 1 out. Bring up Cedeno, 0 for 1. And a 3-10 is a grounder. So that goes to Garner. 2 out for Cruz. Hitting 314 with a homer. He was a good hitter. I used to like watching Jose Cruz. And there's a strikeout. So we're going to go to the 5th inning. And nothing but goose eggs. 3 hits for the Pirates, 2 hits for Houston. Foley leads it off against Richard. Does that look like a starter 8? So he can go a while. There's a base hit for Foley. Hard ground ball to right. And now we're going to see if we can sack him over to second. 72% chance. And he does get the sack bunt. So again, the Pirates will have a runner in scoring position. 1 out, back to the top. Omar Moreno's 1 for 2. Stole a base as well. And a 1-6 is a grounder. He just misses his hits in column 1. Runner gets to third with 2 out for Garner. And a 2-12 is a fly to center. So we're going to go bottom 5. Waiting for that first clutch hit. Enos Cabell, 1 for 1, will bat against Kison. And that is a fly ball to center field. Moreno puts that away. 1 out. Bring up Bob Watson. And a 3-5 is a ground at a third. Garner takes care of that. 2 out. Art Howe, the batter. 4-7 struck him out. So we're going to the 6th. Scoreless. Parker 0 for 2. Terrific hitter, Dave Parker, and that's going to be a base hit. He can run. Stargell up against JR, but we can't seem to get much going, so we're going to have to try and create it. Let's see if we can get a lead with Parker. He's 90% if he gets the lead. But he's unable to get the lead. So we're going to just keep him there and let Stargell bat. Obviously great power with Stargell. 2-6 struck him out. Something in the neighborhood of 6 strikeouts for Richard. I don't have an official count. I don't think they show it here. They just show his innings and ERA. I'm sure you can find it somewhere, but I don't want to stop the game. Runner on first, 1 out for Milner. Milner's got 3 homers. I think he had a 2-homer game, so 2 of those came in 1 game. 1-8 and a base hit for Milner. Let's see what Parker's chances are to go to third. 60%, not bad, but I'm going to hold him. First and second, 1 out. And we'll leave it up to Ed Ott to try and get a big hit here. First and second, 1 out for Ed Ott. And a 6-7's a walk, so they're going to load him up against Richard here with 1 out in the 6th. Working towards the bottom, Rennie Stennett certainly can hit. He's got some ability. 3-7, but that's going to be a double play ground ball to end the inning. Richard gets what he needs. 6-4-3 double play, and the Pirates don't score, so they are definitely in a bit of a slump after losing those 2 tough games to Philly. Bottom 6 is going to be Ashby leading it off, 0 for 1 against Kison. And there's a ground out, 1 out. That goes to Stennett, who just hit into the double play in the top of the inning. That'll bring up J.R. Richard. And a 1-8's a grounder to second. Stennett again, 2 out. Top of the order, Terry Poole, 1 for 2. Can run if he gets on, but he's not going to get on as a fly to left goes to Milner. And we're going to the 7th with goose eggs on the board. These are the kind of games I like. Tim Foley's going to lead it off against J.R. Richard. He's going to bat. And a 4-6 is a strikeout. We're going to call it number 7. Could be off by 1, but it's something in the neighborhood of 7. And Kison will bat. He's throwing goose eggs. I can't take him out. 1-6 grounded to second, 2 out. 2 out, nobody on here in the 7th inning. Back to the top with Moreno, 1 for 3. And a 1-5 is just a ground ball. So we're going bottom 7, 7th inning stretch time, scoreless. Who will break first? Here's Craig Reynolds leading it off against Kison. And a 4-11 is an X on in the outfield and an error. Those are always dangerous, and there is a Dave Parker error. It's only a 1-base error, so runner on first, nobody out for Cedeno. He can bunt, but I'm going to stay back because he's also a good hitter, but he could be bunting. Runner's going to try and get a lead first, and he is going. We're throwing 65% safe, so there are some out numbers here. 14-20, and there's the 20. So that's a big caught stealing right there. Gets the lead runner off base, and there's now 1 out for Cedeno. Big caught stealing right there. Ed Ott gets the job done. There's a fly ball to center. Now all of a sudden there's 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 7th for Jose Cruz. Cruz does have home run power. 4-3 left field X this time, and another error in the outfield. John Milner this time. So a runner on first, 2 out. 2 outfield errors in this inning. Luckily they got the caught stealing. Cabell will bat with runner on first, 2 out, and again the runner's trying to get a lead. Both sides trying to manufacture a run since nobody's been able to get a big hit, and he's going to go anyway even without the lead, so obviously we're throwing here. He's 45% safe, so 11 numbers will throw him out. 10-20 will be out. And no, with 2 he gets the steal, so gutsy little move. And now because it's a 2, we has an error, chance for an error on the catcher, but no error. I think it's a 1, 2, or 3, or is it just a 1 and 2? I don't remember. So we got a runner on second, 2 out now, and Cabell with a chance for a big hit. Kison will try and get him righty, and he does with a strikeout. So another runner stranded in scoring position. We go top 8. And Garner will bat against Richard here in the top of the 8th inning. And that is going to be a ground ball out. Reynolds handles that at short. Got Parker and Stargell now. Parker up. Both guys can hit homers. And he strikes him out. We'll call it 8 for Richard. Something we can check at the end. Here's Stargell, 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 8th inning, all goose eggs in a very interesting game. Shows you don't need a lot of runs to have a good game. Here's a split, 1-14 on a single. And a 14, he just makes it. Base hit for Stargell. Oh, a guarding the lines effect. They're going to take it away? No, they just kept it single, I guess. So I don't know what that was about, but anyway, runner on first out. There are some max rules that come into play as well that are a little different than when you're just rolling. Runner on first, 2 out. John Milner has a lot of pop. You see those 1-2, 1-3, 1-4 home runs. See what happens here. Runner on first, 2 out. Stargell's not fast at first, and a walk. So once again, the Pirates will have a runner in scoring position. We've seen this a few times from both sides. First and second, 2 out. It's up to Ed Ott, who bats against J.R. Richard. And a 6-3 X at second base and a force play, and we're going to the bottom of the 8th scoreless. Just missed that 6-4. That would have been something good. Watson leads it off against Kison. Kison's a starter 6, but he's throwing goose eggs here. That's going to be a base hit, though. So a base hit for Watson. So now Art Howe comes up. Howe is a D bunter, so he's probably swinging. Going to give Kison this batter, but got to keep an eye on him here. And we're going to get a pinch runner. Jimmy Sexton enters the game. He's going to be running. Runner on first, nobody out for Howe. And a 4-6 is a strikeout, 1 out. Runner on first. Kison has earned the right to try and get out of this. Ashby is up. He is 0 for 2. 6-7 popped him up to second, 2 out. Still a runner on first. And J.R. Richard, and boy, I wouldn't have the heart to take him out, but let's see what the computer manager does. He is going to bat. 5-6, and that's an X to short and a ground out. So a little bit of danger there in the X chart, but we're going to the 9th scoreless. Excellent game. Stennett will lead it off, and he'll bat against J.R. Richards. Someone's going to have to come through here. And a 2-8 is a base hit for Stennett. Not a big threat to run. Tim Foley is going to bunt, though. We're going to bunt, and we're probably going to have to pinch hit for Kison, despite his great performance. He is past his stamina innings. And that's a good sacrifice for the A bunter and Foley. So they get the runner in scoring position with 1 out. And I'm going to have to try and win this game here. I think I'm going to go with Easler, who did play. I also have Alexander. They both played in the actual game. Alexander pinch ran. Easler pinch hit. I'm going to go with Easler, even though Alexander is a bit of a crazy card because he didn't have a lot of ABs. I'm going to go with Easler. I think he's the more realistic option here of who they would use to pinch hit. Runner on second, 1 out. Mike Easler coming off the bench to try and get a clutch hit off J.R. Richard here in the top of the 9th of a 0-0 game. And a 5-10 is a catcher card X and a wild pitch. Oh, that's big. That gets the runner to third with 1 out. Now you can score without a hit. And the infield's going to have to come in. And I'll just double check. Runner, yeah, the infield is in. So here we go. Easler up. Runner on third, 1 out. Trying to get that run in. 3-8's not going to do it. J.R. Richard with something in the neighborhood of 9 strikeouts. And now it's going to be up to Omar Moreno with a runner on third and 2 out. The Pirates had a chance, couldn't do it. Now it's up to Moreno to try and get the big hit. I don't see any clutch marks on his card. There is one, I missed it. 5-4, and that's a fly ball if they had gotten that the at-bat earlier. But now we're going to go bottom 9. And Houston, who walked this game off in real life, is going to have a chance to do it here. Who do they got coming up? Top of the order, left, left, right. So we're going to go to Grant Jackson. Grant Jackson's going to come in to face Terry Poole here in the bottom of the 9th inning of a scoreless game. And a 3-9's a walk. Yeah, you don't want to do that, but Grant Jackson did it. He walks Poole, who can run. Now, Jackson can hold runners on. Reynolds can bunt, so yes, the computer has already brought the corners in. I would have done it anyway. Corners are in, looking for the bunt. He's going to swing, though, crossing them up, and a base hit. A base hit. Poole gets the third on the 2-star single. First and third, nobody out. Now the infield has to come in. Let's take a quick look at what's going on now. They got Cedeno to righty, then Cruz the lefty, and then they got righties. We could just load the bases so that we have the force at home, and I think I'm going to do that. We're going to load the bases. Bases are loaded, nobody out, infield in. Grant Jackson's going to face Jose Cruz. Astros threatening to walk it off, and here we go. Infield is in, 2-11. It's a pop-up to first, and there's one out with the bases loaded. Now they have some righties coming up. So, game is tied. I think I'm going to go to Enrique Romo. Obviously, I have Tekulve, but the game is, it's not a save situation. Going to go to Enrique Romo. Try and somehow get out of this inning. He's going to face Cabell unless there's a pinch hitter. The infield is, of course, in. Bases loaded, one out. And let's see what happens here in what has been a good baseball game. Cabell trying to walk it off for the Astros. And a 3-9. And that's a double play ground ball. But with the infield, and it is a double play. Third to the catcher and to first. And they get out of the inning. They get the double play. 5-2-3. And walking the bases loaded worked. Romo gets out of it. We go to extra innings. Top of the 10th. Richards still out there. He's going to face 2-3-4 for the Pirates. Garner, Parker, and Stargell. And Garner leads it off. Pirates escape, bases loaded, nobody out. And there's another strikeout. Richard has something like 10 Ks in this game now here in the 10th inning. And Dave Parker would love to just get a hold of one here. But a 2-6 is a base hit. Runner on first, one out for Pops. And I'm going to try and get a lead. I mean, you got to get a runner in scoring position. He's 90%, I believe, if he gets the lead. But he's unable to do it, so it's going to be up to Stargell. We're not going to do it at 40%. We got Stargell up. Runner on first, one out. Obviously, Stargell can homer. He can get a gapper for a double. 3-12, that's not going to do it. That's a grounder to short and a double play. So we're going bottom 10. Romo will stay out there, obviously. And Sexton, who came in to pinch run, is now batting for the first time against Enrique Romo, who got that big double play, and he's going to walk. So again, the Astros are threatening. Romo's a -2 hold. Sexton's a C runner. He didn't try and go last time. How is a D bunter? They could be bunting here. Computer didn't bring the... Oh, yeah, the computer did bring the corners in. I think I will leave the corners in, even though he's a D-bunter. Let's see what the computer does. And he's going to swing. And it's a 2-6 ground ball. Force play. That was Foley to Stennett for the force. Runner on first, one out for Ashby. And a 2-8 is a base hit. So here we go with the Astros again. Let's see what they do with the runner on first. He's going to stay at second. So first and second, one out. Astros again threatening to walk off this ball game. And it's going to be probably a pinch hitter for J.R. Richard. Let's see, but I'm assuming they're going to pinch it here. First and second, one out. And they do. It's Denny Walling. Romo's going to stay in and face him. First and second, one out. Romo trying to make another big pitch. Walling trying to walk it off. 6-11 is a strikeout. So the pinch hitter Walling strikes out, and it's up to Terry Poole. First and second, 2 out. Poole is 1 for 3 in the game, hitting .305 on the season. We got a pinch runner. Jeff Leonard's going to come in and pinch run and bat 7th. So first and second, 2 out. Here we go. Poole batting .305 with 2 homers. Just needs a hit here. Romo trying to get out of trouble again, and a 2-6 and a ground ball, and we're going to the 11th. We are scoreless going to the 11th inning. Now let's see who's coming into the game, because they did pinch hit. It's going to be, I don't even know this guy. Frank Riccelli? I don't remember him at all, to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest. Milner. Will Milner bat now? Lefty. We could go to Lacey. We got Robinson in left as well. Let's go to Bob Robertson. So, pinch hitting here is Bill Robinson, right? Bill Robinson. And it's 136 with a homer for Bill Robinson. He's been struggling. He has not been hitting. But you see that column 3, 3-2, 3-4, and 5 home runs, and even a 3-6 is a chance. And a 6-10 is a grounder to second, and a base hit gets through on the X chart. Robinson is on. He's a beast stealer, and this Riccelli guy is a +9 hold. So that means he's not very good at holding runners on, and I'm going to go ahead and try and get a lead. He's 95% if he can get a lead. And he's unable to get the lead. So now I'm going to go to, we're not going to attempt, it was 65% still, but with the leadoff runner on, I'm going to go to Nicosia for Ott. So we got Robinson on first, nobody out, and Nicosia's going to be swinging here, looking for a big hit. And a 4-8 is a walk. They'll take it. First and second, nobody out here in the 11th inning. Scoreless. Stennett is up. Not a great bunter. He's going to be swinging here against this pitcher who is okay but not great. So first and second, nobody out. We're going to just try and get a big hit here. 6-10. It's an X reading and an error. Landestoy, who just came into the game, makes an error, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for Foley. Tim Foley, let me just check what we got left here. We got Lee Lacey. Foley hit .288, so he's going to bat. He's right-handed. He's going to bat. Bases are loaded with nobody out. Foley trying to get the first run into this game. And it's in the dirt. It's a wild pitch. Oh, wow. It's a wild pitch. And the first run of the game scores on a wild pitch. Now it's second and third, nobody out. We're going to let Foley swing here. And we get a new pitcher. Joaquin Andujar comes into the game. Andujar comes in with a very high ERA, 6.97. Second and third, nobody. I'm still going to let Foley hit. He's likely to put the ball in play. And a 1-8 is a fly to center. We have a chance to score. What are we looking at? 45%. I'm going to hold them. 45%. So second and third, 1 out. Obviously, we're pinch hitting for Romo because Tekulve's going to come into the game. We now have the righty, so we're going to go to Alexander. Alexander's going to hit for Romo. And we got second and third, 1 out. The Pirates finally score. It's on a wild pitch. Now they're trying to get more because you can never have enough. And they walk them. So the bases are now loaded with 1 out for Moreno, who can run. He's not easy to double up. And he usually puts the ball in play. So he's just swinging here. Bases loaded, 1 out. He's 1 for 5 in the game. 6-8. Oh, there we go. There's a base hit. So the Pirates now are opening this game up. Runner on second has the option. At 60%, I'm going to hold them. Keep the merry-go-round going. It's 2-0. There's 1 out. And Phil Garner is going to be coming up. Bases loaded, 1 out. Garner with a chance to really open this game up now. Andujar trying to get out of trouble. And a 4-10 is a catcher card X, and another wild pitch, and things are falling apart here for the Astros here in the 11th. And it is now 3-0, second and third. Garner swinging. And a 2-8 is a grounded to short through the drawn in infield. So with the infield in, that base hit gets through and scores 2, and it's 5-0. Pirates open it wide open here. And Dave Parker will now bat with a runner on first and 1 out. And a 5-8 is a pop out. No longer a safe situation now. So I might go to Bibby instead, who did pitch and actually get the loss in the actual game. Runner on first, 2 out for Stargell. And a 5-10 is a center field X and a flyout. So we're going to go bottom 11. Pirates open this game up thanks to some errors and some wild pitches by Houston. It's now 5-0. So I can go either Bibby or Whitson, since both of them pitched in the game. 5-0. You know what? I've been pitching Bibby a lot. It's 5-0. Let's see if Whitson can get these out. Oh, I have to put him in the actual batter slot. Sorry, we're in the National League. And the game is temporarily... Oh, I got to also do base run. Robinson's going to play left, and Nakosha is catching. I forgot I had to also do that. So we got 5-0, bottom 11. Whitson coming in. Obviously, if there's any kind of trouble, I've got Tekulve. So Reynolds will bat against Whitson. Bottom 11, and he's going to lead it off with a possible triple. So now we had a game with goose eggs for 10 innings, and now everything's happening. There's a triple leading off for Reynolds. Runner on third, nobody out. Now, obviously, that run means nothing, so we will have Whitson pitching to Cedeno. We'll give up the run for an out. And a 5-10 is an end home run, and it's 5-2. So the Ed Whitson move is quickly failing. Now it is a 3-run game, so we're just going to go and not fool around anymore. And Kent Tekulve is going to come in the game. Whitson unable to get any outs with a 5-0 lead in the bottom of the 11th. And Tekulve will come in to face Jose Cruz. And a 3-11 is a grounder to first, 1 out. And that'll bring up Enos Cabell. And a 4-11 is a right field X. And a fly ball caught by Parker, 2 out. So this game was goose eggs till the 11th. Pirates score 5 as Houston fell apart in the top of the 11th. Astros come back with 2 in the bottom of the 11th, but now Tekulve in control. Sexton, let's see if Sexton hits. He does. And a 5-9 is a grounder to second, and the Pirates win this game 5-2. Good game. Good pitcher's duel. And then everything happened in the 11th inning. Take a quick look at the box score. A lot of at-bats. 2 hits each for the top of the order for the Pirates, but they could not score. Milner went 2 for 2. But they got a lot of help from Houston to win this game, and they needed it because they were off a couple of tough losses. Houston did not have a lot of hits in this game. And the home run by Cedeno. Richard went 10 innings, 9 hits, 10 strikeouts, pitched well. Kison also pitched well, 3-hitter, but he does not get a decision. The win goes to Romo, who got out of that bases-loaded jam along with Jackson. And Tekulve does get the save as Whitson creates a save situation by giving up the 2-run home run. So the Pirates win this one 5-2 and go to 7-5 on the season. And we'll see what happens in the rest of this series. Thanks for watching.